Hi everyone, it's Ronnie here from Radiant Trace Atelier. Um, I just wanted to show you a few new things that I bought today. The most important thing, I guess, is obviously I bought a new webcam because it's a totally different view than my first Ustream video. And if you watched that and suffered through it, first of all, I'm really sorry about that, and thank you very much for your patience. I mean, I knew it was just a matter of time, and when I was in today, I went to Future Shop, and what I actually went for was to get the headset microphone because I thought, well, okay, that will help improve the quality because the sound on the last video was just horrible. And while I was there, I thought I'd check out the webcams. Well, I actually was checking out other types of video cameras, and all the really expensive ones don't really do live streaming. So I thought, what the heck? So I went over to the other section and checked out the webcams. So I think for the two items, I think it was $70. So I thought, what the heck? Might as well just go for it and try it out. They have Future Shop has a 2 weeks out of the box guarantee that if you don't like it, you can take it back. So if the microphone on this camera is adequate, then I'll take this back. If not, then I guess I'll keep that. Okay, so I guess first of all I should show you. This was the page that I was working on uh, the first Ustream that I did, and this is the end result. Now the camera doesn't do like an autofocus. Like, I mean, I don't know of any that do, but I guess I'll have to check more. It's trial and error, folks. I'll get it sooner or later. So one of the things that I talked about was that my word for 2013 is Nourish. And you couldn't hear it in the other video, but I talked about not just nutritionally, but spiritually, um, artistically. So that's what this was about, was blossoming from the nourishment that I'm going to be giving myself throughout the year. And the quote on it says, because I actually wrote along the flowers on the stems, and the quote says, I gently and courageously prune limiting beliefs and actions from my life. I appreciate the unique beauty I bring to my world. I am a worthwhile and capable woman. Even though I make mistakes, I love and appreciate myself. And that's a pretty hard pill to swallow when we don't necessarily believe in that, don't believe that about ourselves. So that's what I need to work on, because we just never know how long we're here. We got to be at peace, and that's what I'm working on. So here's moving on to my little haul, because it is just a little mini haul. Um, my local scrapbooking store finally got this in. I'd ordered it, and it's an embossing set. Well, it's called a Paper Blossoms paper tool set, but it's embossing tools. You know, the large round ones, and then down to smaller. And I will use it for paper flowers, but my main reason for getting it was I work in polymer clay, and I also thought that these would be really cool mark making tools for my jelly plate. So that was one of the that's probably the main reason, and then flowers and polymer clay. So there's that. The local scrapbooking store also got in the water media brushes, the white Taklon, and so I got them. I've never owned a 000, which is super, super tiny. So I got 3 of those, a size 1, 0, and 000, and a size 4, but I misplaced it already. And then there's this. It's like a really firm sponge. It's called a mixed media brush from Sukaniko, and it's a brush stick. So I thought that would be really cool for scrubbing. Like sometimes, like I had a really hard time. I was going around with this, and I was trying to use all my really scrubbed up brushes, but all the brushes are too long, and I couldn't get any control. So I thought it would be really cool for, you know, when your paint's maybe a little bit too watery for your fingers, so I thought I'd give that a try. I was really looking forward to trying that. Oh, charcoal, and we'll see how that works. It's like a really dense foam applicator, but with lots of shape to it. Imagine this be really good with pastels. And then Crafter's Workshop stencils, of course. Oh, glare. I'm trying to think of the name of this one. Should be right on it. Cubist. It's not. It's on the back. But this is the Cubist in a 6x6. My local scrapbooking store only has a 6x6, and I have ordered online other stencils, but these were in, and I have a store credit, so that's what I thought I would get. There's that. There's the brick wall, the reversed wire fence, no, wire mesh, chicken wire, and then the alphabet. Who's this by? Not really sure whose that is. Okay, and then the birch trees. Oops, glare. And then the mini daisy burst, or it's all covered up. Anyways, flowers. And then I also got the Spellbinders Star Die. I'm waiting for that for a long time. Went all the way through the Christmas season without any Star Dies. I made myself a few little card stock templates and had to trace around. But I really quite like stars, so that's the mystic in me. And I think that's it. That's all the purchases that I made today. Well, I'll use store credit to do it. And yeah. So I wasn't really going to do any work on anything today on the video. I more than anything just wanted to test to see the quality and see whether or not the sound was all right. And I also have dinner waiting, and it's really late. Oh my gosh, it's 8:20 at 8:20 p.m. Um, just wanted to mention. Oh yeah, I watched Effie Wild's Jelly Plate Ustream tonight. I didn't get home in time to watch it all live, but I did watch the recording afterwards, so it was really cool. So thanks, Effie, for that bit of product knowledge for everyone, and telling us about all the different types of paints and how you felt that they all worked for each thing that you did. I'm going to try tracing paper. I know Effie used tissue paper and some really thin book page, like Bible pages, but I use tracing paper quite a bit, so I was thinking about maybe trying that. Now, I know people could talk about deli wrap, but see, I don't know, is that similar to tracing paper? I guess we'll find out. So that's it for now. I'm going to stop the recording, and then I'll come back, I don't know, tomorrow or maybe the next day. There are some things that I want to work on. I'm trying to work on a project to do for a demonstration. I'm going with the owner of the other instructor at Classics on Alexander, plus the owner. We're doing we're going to be merchants at the Women's Expo out here in, well, I think it's in Abbotsford. And one of the ideas that the owner had was to do like a make and take for people, like that they can sit down. So I'll be sitting at a table, and so I'm trying to come up with some ideas for what to do. I did a little tag on the 10th year anniversary, so that might be something cool. And one of the things that I did today while I was at the store was looking at some new stamps that came in for like little inspirational sayings. And one of them was, inspiration exists, but it has to find you working. And that's one of my favorite expressions. So I think I might use that. And I think when I get that, I'll want to play around with a few ideas, and I might do that live. Either that or finally paint my girl. Well, my girl. She's just longing to. She's sitting beside me, staring at me, wanting to be Celtic Irish looking. I'm thinking emerald greens. So I'm probably going to do it in watercolor crayon. And so I'll probably do that when I come back live. And I'm not sure if it'll be tomorrow. Well, probably won't be till maybe Monday night. Or there might be an impromptu one tomorrow. It depends. I'm trying to acclimatize myself to all this video taping and thinking of ideas. Like when I'm not recording, I think of ideas. It goes, well, I could have done that. That wouldn't take very long. Because I'm still not comfortable with people watching me work. It's different when I'm teaching a class. Everybody is so engrossed in what they're doing, and I do along with, but I never really complete the project because, you know, you have to take your time to help people if they're getting caught up along the way. So, but no one's ever over my shoulder while I'm doing that. I mean, I'm demonstrating things briefly, and then they work, and then students work on them on their own, but nobody's really paying much attention to what I'm doing other than if they want help. So I'm still getting used to the idea of somebody over my shoulder watching me work. And the art journaling demo that I did at Classics on Alexander was kind of like the jumping off point for me. I mean, as far as artwork goes, I've had people watch me make jewelry, and for some reason, doesn't bother me. Don't feel weird about it. Um, and I think that might be, I mean, there's a great deal of creativity involved in making jewelry, but a lot of that's in the mental process. You can't see it you can't see it on the outside. And you can sketch things, but that's sort of a personal thing too. Not many people are going to sit over your shoulder while you're sketching. But when you're actually making it, you've already come to terms with the idea. You've really mulled it over in your head. You've probably done some sketches. You probably already figured out what beads exactly you're going to use, the color schemes, the kinds of bindings you're going to use. So when you're actually making it, you're already, if you're an experienced jewelry designer, you're already comfortable with your tools, so you're not uncomfortable. Like, they're like your second hands. Like, I use 2 pairs of pliers at all times when I'm working on pieces, and they become like an extra fingers, but super strong, and they can get into smaller places than my fingers can. And so they're like an extension of me, so I'm really comfortable with my tools. So I just don't feel as strange at all with people watching me make jewelry. When I was up at Cultus Lake as a vendor there, making wire wrap rings, the girls, like young girls, especially young girls, would lean right into me, almost sitting on my lap, because I make them on the spot. And so if I was uncomfortable about being physically touched, I certainly had to get over it, because little girls just, you know, they want to see right up close what you're doing. But with the art, I think it's like a little piece of a part of you that you haven't even really explored yet. Kind of comes out when you grab paints and, you know, color combinations. Like, I knew I wanted red on this, but like when I was making this, for an example, with people watching me, I was like, when I put the red down, I was like, oh my God, I don't know if that's the right kind of red. And then I thought, well, there is no wrong kind of red. This is my book, and I'm the only one who's looking at it, except for showing people, but it's about me. And then I feel there's 2 different styles going on, and I wasn't really too sure about that. So it's like you're exploring and discovering things, but you're in front of other people while you're doing it. It's kind of feeling alien. I'll get used to it, but it just feels sort of alien. And I'm having a hard time, you know, keeping my eye on other things at the same time and not getting completely immersed in but it'll come with time. And so if anybody's following me at all or watching, I really appreciate your patience. Um, Good to my word, I said I'd get a better camera. This is definitely better, but how much better, I don't know. It's more I can move it around. With my laptop, I have it stacked on boxes with the lid kind of closed, like the lid kind of closed down on it. And in order to read the chat, I kept having to bend over and look at the screen. So this is an improvement. And my expensive camcorder that I bought that does not do live streaming videos. I mean, initially I was pretty bummed out about that because I'd waited too long past the, you know, time that I could have taken it back and got my money back. But now that I've discovered that the still photos actually are better quality than what my old camera takes, and I wanted to get a new camera, so I've already got this. I can use the camcorder, the newer camcorder that I got. I can use that for my YouTube videos and taking still photos. So I guess win-win. I guess what I thought was really horrible isn't really horrible. So it'll all come together, and I appreciate your patience while I'm working through all this stuff and getting used to the idea of, you know, being public, because I'm not necessarily a social person. I'm not antisocial, but I'm introverted and I spend a lot of time alone and not going out into the world so much. So anyways, thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you again next time. I'll probably post on my channel if I ever set up a regular time for live streaming. So take care. Bye.